Where are we? Is this what happens when we're like 2 months late to the server? How long was I in that egg? There's no way it was that long. Okay, well, I'm hungry, and all I have is this egg. So I think we should find some food. And then, well, I guess we get back to building businesses. So I'm gonna look for some talc tokens. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Breaking SMP. Today, it is finally time to start our big project for this season. So I've been talking about it, or at least hinting at it for a little while now, and I'm excited to finally show you what it is. So let's step outside and I'll show you what I've done. Here it is. Isn't it great? Well, it's only a model, but basically what this is it's a little tiny model of our grand plan here. Now, if you watched Banks McGee's videos last season, which you should have been, you would notice that she made a giant train station, or at least the front of it. The rest was designed, but we kind of ran out of time, and she never got to finish it. So this season, I was saying that I was going to start, connecting the world, right? Last season, we had a ton of great stuff, but in between all of that great stuff, we didn't have anything. It was just untouched land or areas that were mined away for various resources. So I said I was going to make like railways and paths and stuff and connect the world, like with the bridges we were doing, right? So this time I have stolen, I suppose, with permission, this train station. So I'm going to try my hand and hopefully we can get it finished, as well as add a bunch more stuff inside, and I want to build train tracks to every single base, which is why I got this funny looking costume on here, right? So I think it's going to be a great plan, but first we need to decide where to put it. All right, so here we are. This is the location for the train station, and because it's so big, we have to put it on this mountain here. But if we look back here, spawn is just over that way. And this entire thing is going to need to be flattened. So probably that village as well, that entire lump there, definitely. But basically, for the next while, I'm going to be flattening it out. Hopefully I can get some help. And you know what? I guess I should probably get started and stop rambling on. So for reference, here's what it looks like before. And here is what it looks like after. I put a lot of effort into this. Along with Simrax, who was a very big help on this. You can totally see that I recorded these clips out of order there, but that's fine. We'll pretend that you didn't see that. But the main thing here is this giant area that's now flattened, and we have the placement for the different railways here. So if we come over here, doing this long walk, we will find that we've got a bit of a cliff over here. That's because this building's way too big to fit on the mountain, so we had to extend it out a bit. But this is going to be quite the task, because if we come over here and we take a look down, yeah, this thing, you can see the mountains here, but even normally this is quite a steep drop. And now that we've added this and kind of extended out the hill about 15 extra blocks, it's not going to be too good looking. And I didn't want to extend it too much. These corners here are actually where the building ends on the sides, and those right there are where it ends over here. So it doesn't actually go out this far, but the way we're thinking of doing this is we'll have these railways, they'll start right here, and then this is in the building. And so the railways will come along here, and we have quite a bit of space. And we can use this to kind of either, if they're going to continue in this direction, we can just make them keep going straight. But if they are turning around and going back to spawn, which a lot of them will be, we can have them kind of go underground. And then it'll be like Space Mountain down there, right? We can have them all twisty and turny, and it won't really matter then because you won't be able to see it. Whereas if we didn't make this cliff, this would just look like a mangled mess of rails. So I think, despite how hard this is, this is going to make for a much better looking result, I think. So now the next order of business is this thing. I'm gonna make a little, I guess, container, and that, well, it says sea can really. And so I'm gonna make a little sea can, and inside of that will be our little base of operations. So I'm gonna make that now in a moment, and then I'll show you how we're gonna get started on this massive project. Alright everyone, so I went ahead and I built the sea can, so this is going to be our little base of operations for now. As you can see, it says TOOT on the side, and that stands for Team of Official Transportation. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but that's what we're going with for our acronym. But as you can see, this here was built with a schematic. You can kind of see in the corners there, but that is usually how I build things, just by placing them in, and then I follow along on the guide. It works great if you are following along for a time lapse, or if you're just doing things off camera. So how it works is you have this little menu here, and you can just kind of configure it, right? If I increase the Y value, it will go up in the air like that, and then I'll just render that layer. And there you can see, that is the entire build, just up in the sky now. And normally what you would do is you just follow along that, and it makes it really easy, as I just mentioned. So I think it's time to take a look at the inside now that we're all done with that. And here it is. Here's our little base of operations. So we have some chests, some beds, and really it's everything we need to survive out here for, however long we're building, right? So we could put our materials in here. We have crafting table. I had an ender chest, but I broke with fortune, which was quite unfortunate. And then a stone cutter as well. But, and then this furnace thing here. But the reason why we built this is not for show, actually, because, well, it does look nice, is if we come out here and we turn off the schematic, you can see that this is a giant flat area. And what goes hand in hand with giant flat areas? But mobs, and specifically creepers. They blow up the chests, and it's just a hassle overall. So we built the Toot Sea Can, and everything is good. Alright, so it's finally time to start on the train station, the whole point of this season, and I'm going to kind of walk through how I'm going to do this. So we have this schematic here, and as you can see right now, it is only rendering the floor. That's because this is so big, we need to build it each layer one at a time. So the first thing we got to do is break out all these flowers here, because you can see everywhere there's a flower or a block that doesn't belong, there's going to be a red box around it, which makes it pretty easy for just clearing all this out. And then once we got all of those, we can take our stone here and andesite and, well, whatever floor blocks we have. And we can come over here and fill it all in. So that took much longer than expected, but as you can see, we now have our floor. And it's not even the entire floor, because this is just going to be the main portion here, but at least we get an idea of how big this thing is going to be, which, now that I'm not flying around in creative, this might be a little bit too big. But it's going to look really cool, and it's going to have many things other than just, access to the rails. Some things I think we should put in here are going to be like some shops if people want really good real estate, right? Because if people are coming to and from the station, they're going to see these shops more often. But one of the main things I want to make in this, if I turn on the schematic and maybe I'll see its outline on the floor, is I want to make a travel agency with Flamingo, and that will be where we can discuss with people how they want their rail designed. Because it's not just about getting to and from the place, because Elytra is obviously faster and the Nether Hub will be faster. But this is more about having a scenic route that connects the entire world. So we want to actually add life around the rails, have things to see, tourist attractions, right? And these will all be kind of in these slots just right here. But now I think it's time we do something else, because this much already took a really long time to build, and as you can see, we have a lot more left to do. Alright everyone, so that was a bit of insight on how the train station will be built, but now I think it's time we actually make some progress and do something useful, which is this tunnel right here. So we're on the back of the train station right now, and this tunnel leads all the way back to spawn. So one of the worst things about building right now is the fact that I have no elytra. So I've been running back and forth, and it takes a while. So I think I need to set up one railway right away, and then, we can go from there. So I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way and place, block of stone, TNT, and I'm going to continue this on for however long it takes. there is our final block. So now that the tunnel is completely filled, it is time for the fun part. We get to blow this all up, and then afterwards we can design our first rail. And away we go. Hopefully this goes all at once, and it will make quite the show here. Nice. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. I guess we're gonna have to follow it down. Yeah, it stopped. And that's all it took. Awesome. So now we have our first tunnel for the Toot Railway, and this will be one of the main lines. It's going to go straight from spawn to the train station, and I think this is going to speed up the process quite a bit. Overall, I think we made some decent progress today on the train station and the area surrounding it, but I'm pretty tired of working on this, especially after digging out this big area back here with Captain Kai. So I think we're just about out of time here, and in the next episode, I think I'll have a lot more progress done, and then we can start talking about how the actual railway systems are going to work. And, well, I guess that's it for today. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Any talent tokens in here? No. Wonder if there's any talent tokens in here. Diamonds? No, we don't want to shop there. What over here? Ooh. Diamonds? Nah. Why is there only diamonds? What happened to talc tokens? Is this a world without talc tokens?